It's Don here from the board. Thanks for coming along and checking out this video. Welcome to the next part of keyboards and microphones. I've actually lost count of what episode number this would be for the series, but this will be the last one where I'm actively checking out how a specific microphone works. In this particular video, we're going to be having a look at the blue Snowball iCE and how it picks up against our test keyboard. Now, before I get into the polar pattern and everything else, what I've got set up is that it's already in Audacity picking up off the microphone and not my NTR ribbon microphone here. However, in OBS, the sound that you're going to be hearing is currently on the NTR. So I will need to swap out the settings in a moment so that when you hear it, you'll be able to hear that correctly. Although, supposedly, the input device, according to Windows, is already on the blue Snowball. So, but if I turn down on my mixer, right, you're just not hearing anything. So, we'll do the disable and enable type of thing just in a moment anyway, in regards to the microphones like we did with the Rode NT USB. Now, let's have a look at our frequency response. So there's the frequency response chart. On the low frequencies, it's not picking it up very well. Into that mid-range, around the 1 kilohertz, it actually starts to bring it up. So it brightens the sound, I guess, in this 1, 2, 3 kind of kilohertz range. Then in the mid-range to the 10 kilohertz, 5 to 10, there's this little weird dip, and then it falls off completely, similar to a lot of the other microphones and their frequency response. So it'll be interesting to see how that looks in the chart once we chart it all together and put them and compare, right? In terms of its physical setup, it's a little bit different compared to the other devices that I've tested so far, and the reason is the Snowball, while you can take the tripod legs off it and the head does tilt and swivel some, it's not fantastic for being able to position over. There's no mount for it that enables me to actually hang it over the top of the keyboard. So while it's sitting on the plank, and the plank is isolated from the actual keyboard, it's only got a head tilt down, it's not fully over the keyboard. And also because of the height of the tripod and the legs, you can see the legs are hanging off the plank here, then that's the other aspect, is that it is technically a little bit closer. So we do need to keep that in mind. But because we're balancing out the volume, the gain, the level of the actual recording in Audacity by amplifying to that 0 dB point, I'm comfortable with the fact that it is going to have those distance differences. Which, you know, I haven't redone the NTR yet to the height with these microphones, and because of the fact that we will be having this difference on this particular one as well, I'm just not going to do that. I know I said earlier that I was going to do that, but now I've chosen not to. It's a time-saving thing, and I don't really believe it would make a significant difference in regards to the results. Rightio. So we're now going to go and do the device swap disable business. So we're going to disable that. It would seem like disabling the microphone line in, it's causing OBS to cut that out completely. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but we'll be able to play back this Audacity anyway That said, I think if I try and use device manager maybe. Device manager. Maybe sound controllers. Maybe not. Should I have checked this in beforehand? Probably, but you know what? That's okay. Okay, so let's just have a look. Sound control panel, manage sound devices. That was the same menu that I've got before. That's not quite what I'm after. So I'm using that. Okay, so this is the one that I was after. Recording. Right, so right now the blue is the default. You can see I'm clicking and it's picking up on the blue. And the other microphone, which is that one there, if I dial that down, so OBS doesn't seem to like that. Now if I okay, so I'm really sorry, but I don't know what's going on and why it's doing this, because I don't think it had the same problem when we were using the Rode NT USB, but I'm just going to have to record it and you won't hear it in the video when I'm doing the actual typing, but we'll do a playback on that and you'll hear that through the PC audio, hopefully. So both the microphone for the Snowball and the line in is actually picking up my clicking from the microphone under the blue. So I'm going to just dial that down now and we'll go with just that. Okay. Stop the recording. Wow, 100 words per minute. I felt like I was doing a lot worse than that, but I guess not. 99% actually, pretty happy with that. Seems like my typing is just slowly creeping up. So I still don't know what's happening with OBS on why it didn't switch over. Maybe I wasn't paying attention with the NT-USB and all of the talking that I did in the NT-USB video wasn't being picked up either by OBS. I'll have to go back and check that out. We've got the track here now. You can see it's definitely got the signal that's coming from the blue Snowball. So let's just take that about there. We will reduce the noise, grab the whole lot. Okay, we'll take it from 12.5 backwards, we'll cut that, and then at the 1 minute mark we'll cut that too. There we go. We'll amplify that 14, and then we will analyze. There we go. There it is under log frequency. So it's very different just by memory on what it looks like on the other ones, because look at that peak going up in that second half from 5 to 10 kilohertz, which kind of correlates to what the actual Snowball does a little bit here. So 5 to 10 there's a bit of a peak, but the 1 to 5 there's also quite a big peak, which 1 to 5 from there it's actually falling off. So a little bit different. Wasn't quite what I was expecting to see. And this lower end, that's quite flat compared to some that start high and dip down. So yeah, definitely something a little bit different, and it is displaying in that log frequency. So we're going to save that, we're going to export that, we'll put it all together, and then we'll be back with the next part, having a look at these combined charts and everything else. Now, I did say that we were going to have a playback of this because you wouldn't have heard that. So in OBS, we're going to turn on desktop audio, and we're going to give that a 1 minute playback. Okay, just at the start of that, the microphone was actually my NTR was picking up the speakers, because I've actually got speakers on, which, yeah, I completely forgot about the fact that it could do that, so I did disable it. If it did sound a bit funny in the first 10-15 seconds, that was when I clicked to remove this microphone from picking up what was coming out of the speakers. Okay, well, that's it. 5 microphones, 5 different sound samples, 5 different charts saved, well, will be saved, and then I'm going to do some work in Excel and bosh them together into a graph so we can check it out, and we'll be back in the next part or two, see how they go, and talk about the results. So thanks very much for coming along and checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it, in all the videos so far. Please hit that like button if you like seeing this kind of stuff, so I know and I can think about more of these kinds of activities to do, or give me suggestions in the comments below. Please share this, of course, if anybody that you know has, for example, a blue Snowball iCE and are doing sound samples, so they're aware that there's this happening and how it might be affecting what people are hearing from their sound tests. And of course, if you're not subscribed, I would really love and appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button and help me along to make more videos for you guys to enjoy. That's it. Thanks very much again, and of course, as usual, until next time, happy clacking.